Two teams at very different ends of the table. It's Fulham up against Bournemouth. The teams are gathered here at the Cottage while they prepare to walk out onto the pitch. Let's hear from the Fulham manager, Kit Simons, who's speaking to Jonathan Oakes.
Well, Kit, you beat Derby in your last home game here. How do you recreate that kind of performance tonight?
Well, hopefully try and play the same way. Obviously a high-tempo game. Bournemouth are a very, very good side. We'll have to be at the top of our game to get the result tonight. But, disappointing with the result against Watford in the week. It was a very solid performance, and we got unfortunate not to get anything out of the game. So they're two good performances on the spin. We're hoping for the third tonight and a positive result.
You only conceded one goal against a free-scoring team in Watford. There's another one tonight. How do you stop Bournemouth?
Well, it'll be a similar type way. You know, we defended very well, other than one set piece against Watford. And another chance for hitting the bar, which was a mistake from us. But overall, we defended very well. Like you say, they're a real potent force, as we know Bournemouth will be tonight. So defensively, we have to be very solid and resolute. The distances between our units make it difficult for them to break us down, which we're confident we can do. And then we know we've got firepower at the other end of the pitch.
4 changes tonight. Hugo Rodallega, Scott Parker, 2 of your big hitters back in. What was your thinking for your changes?
Well, Scotty was obviously had a bit of a knock and was sort of rested a little bit. You know, a monumental performance against Derby on Saturday. Corey Woodrow deserved to keep his place. He did very, very well against Derby, and did all right against Watford as well, to be fair to him. But you know, Hugo's chomping a bit. We need to fresh legs to mix it up a little bit. Saturday, Tuesday, Friday is a big answer for anyone. Those are the reasons behind.
Thanks, Kit. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Winner of the Championship is a hugely unpredictable league, but in terms of the promotion picture, it is surpassing itself this season. What can we expect tonight here at the Cottage? Let's find out in the company of Andy Hinchcliffe. And first, it's good evening to Daniel Mann.
Yes, good evening, Simon. Waiting for the latest twist in the plot. Let's start with the team news. Scott Parker returns to the Fulham lineup tonight. A slight issue with his knee ruled him out at Watford in midweek. Hugo Rodallega starts up top as well. There are changes in the full-back positions too. Tim Hoagland makes his first start since October after hernia trouble because Jazz Richards damaged an ankle in training. Venezuelan international Fernando Amoribieta comes in on the other side. He's been out for 4 months himself with a knee problem, and both will have their work cut out with Bournemouth's strengths in the wide areas. That strength is provided by Mark Pugh and Matt Ritchie, who have been key figures on either flank. Eddie Howe hoping both will benefit from recent rests. Irish eyes of the Republic variety are on Harry Arter. A family affair for him in midfield tonight up against his brother-in-law Scott Parker. Repicked is preferred to Jan Kermorgant in attack in the only change from Tuesday's much-needed win over Wolves. He scored and missed a penalty when these two met on the South Coast on Boxing Day. Fosa is recalled to the Fulham 18 for the first time since September. Jan Kermorgant picked up a dead leg while scoring twice against Wolves, but he's able to take his place on the Bournemouth bench. There's no question if Fulham are looking for goals, this is the man they look to, Andy Hinchcliffe.
Absolutely, Ross McCormack cost £11 million in the summer. He was signed to fire Fulham back to the Premier League. He's got 12 goals, so he's not had a bad season. I think one thing is for sure, the Fulham fans would expect more from McCormack, and certainly a lot more from the rest of this Fulham squad coming next season. And if Bournemouth do go up to the Premier League, then Matt Ritchie's role will have been pivotal. 12 assists this season. He is the main supply line to the front too. He's got 9 goals himself as well. He's a major reason why Bournemouth have been so effective going forward this season.
There is a chance of a return to the summit tonight. As Eddie Howe says, we don't need any incentives to perform well. As he has suggested, you can't expect anything in this division. The other permutations don't concern them, and if anything proved that, it was Fulham's last home performance here against Derby County. Outstanding. Probably. They certainly feel that they would have beaten any championship team put in front of them, given the way they performed. But wins, generally speaking, proving rather hard to come by. Moving to the right side of the midfield tonight. Harry Arter's first involvement of the evening, and Tim Hoagland's made a flying start to his Fulham career, one of the few who did at the start of this season under Felix Magath. Long time out, and maybe a busy night on his and indeed Fernando Amoribieta's return. two full-backs on either side, both key figures for Bournemouth as well. Particularly good partnership on that right-hand side between Francis and Richie. Here's Pugh, who's also a real entertainer on his day. And now Wilson opens up maybe for the shot. Certainly silky football from the off from Bournemouth. The win against Wolves in midweek has given them a huge lift. After that poor run of form, a very confident side. They'll get into wide areas and get it up to the front too every single time they can. It looked like they've lost that. Challenge making its impact on Callum Wilson. To make an impact in a goal-scoring sense. His longest run in the Bournemouth shirt with that one. He is not panicking yet by any means. Beaten to it there by Hutchinson. Here's Brian Ruiz. It's a foul by Andrew Sermon. Scott Parker getting on with it quickly towards Rode Jaeger. Reached there by Cook. Fixture in this Bournemouth side for so long, but has to watch himself tonight. A booking away from a suspension. That's Bonnerov. Now Cavadan, Parker, Cook, the Bournemouth. Simon Francis. So impressed with Richie's dovetailing in our last live date with Bournemouth against Watford down at Dean Court.
We talk so much about Mark Pugh and Matt Ritchie, the two wide players for Bournemouth, and you're absolutely right, the two fullbacks, Daniels and Francis, go and join in with those wide players. That's why it's so important for Fulham that Kavanagh and Tunnicliffe get out into wide areas and help out Hoagland and Morbietta. They're experienced fullbacks that Fulham have, but 2 against 1, it's never going to work. So those midfielders for Fulham have to be aware of the threats that Bournemouth have in the wide areas.
Experience in abundance, but not necessarily match sharpness, as we've already mentioned. Scott Parker involved in his first real combative battle of the night. Here's Pugh. You can see Daniels willing to charge down the flank as well, but that's comfortable for Hutchinson.
That's exactly where Fulham have to switch on. As soon as the ball is played to Pugh, Daniels is on his way, and a good ball from Pugh to find Daniels. First thought from the left back is just deliver a decent cross into the box.
Noriega looking for the flick. Pretty good, solidly mid-table, while their away form is bottom 3. Particularly impressive away from home. Chance for Morbietta to indulge himself and win a corner for Fulham.
Really good work, good to see Morbietta pushing forward down that left-hand side. It's a really good layup in the build-up actually from Ross McCormack, and that's the great thing with McCormack. It's not just about his goals that he scores, he will drop off and get involved in the build-up play as well.
Very crowd scene just around Arthur Burns. Just trying to find himself in clear view. Pittman's header. Ruiz with the cross and Rode Jaeger up there. First glimmer of a chance comes Fulham's way.
Rode Jaeger did really well to get his head on this. It's pretty much a standing jump from the striker. And the big side of the back as well, Bournemouth, not easy. Actually get up above Charlie Daniels there. Actually get the head on the ball. The difficult thing, once you're up that high, is getting over it, keeping it down. That's the major problem that Rode Jaeger has.
Strong start to the season, but just 1 goal in 13 championship games for the Colombian. McCormack's going to take that on. Andrew Sermon in the way.
Just an example again, you let Rode Jaeger lead the line, he'll drop back. It's that gap in between the back four and the midfield four, and then turn and look, try to play a killer pass, or as he did there, try and get a shot away.
Morbietta. And attacking presence in these early stages for Fulham. the noise at the moment here at the Cottage. Always a pleasure to come here on a Friday night. Warm welcome down by the Thames. It's Kavanagh. Cormac's touch was read by Arter, but McCormack robbed him. Rodallega trying to get things moving. But Pugh certainly will here with Hoagland out the game. Promise here for Bournemouth. And he's found Pittman. But it's only promise in the end for the Cherries.
Just that final pass from Brett Pittman wasn't quite right. His movement off the ball was absolutely excellent. He gave Mark Pugh somewhere to play that ball. He didn't stand still, he moved off it really well.
Wilson. Ritchie. Arter. Pittman again. Now Wilson. Maybe over against Wolves from a wide position. Ritchie. Francis. 3 in the box, Arter just outside. Ritchie again. Here's Sermon. Policeman roll in front of the back line. And here's Brian Ruiz. McCormack wants it. This was not quite what he was hoping for. Able Francis to get back in there. Promising moments for Fulham in the early stages here, but Bournemouth's threat clearly illustrated as well. Wilson chasing this, but Bettinelli's all the way. He'll hope for a better night at home in front of our cameras than his last against Watford, where he was dismissed early on. Pugh is the target here. It's opened up very nicely! And Bettinelli with his first real business of the night.
Well, this is a sensational save. How about the first touch from Mark Pugh? He doesn't stand still and controls this. He's actually on the move. He takes the ball inside the fullback with his first touch. Quite brilliant. It's a wonderful strike. He's a big goalkeeper, Bettinelli, 6'4". Uses every inch of that to make a wonderful save.
Great stop. Maybe more danger on the way. Maybe the target here. Tunnicliffe got a touch. Francis. Ritchie again with help from Arter. Ritchie's ball. Rodallega's header. Charlie Daniels.
Well, normally in games, the opening maybe 10-15 minutes, both sides really feel each other out, get an idea of what the opposition's formation is going to work out like, but I haven't seen that. It's been very, very open. It's been really attractive so far.
Some have questioned whether their lack of experience of this kind of situation may be a factor. So Eddie Howe, for his part, says we can enjoy the games without the same pressure. We've not got the fear that others who have been here before might have. Rising. It's Arter. Ritchie. Stretch boot of Bonner, but Wilson's onto it in a flash. Pugh and Wilson and Pittman arriving. Put in there from Hoagland was an important one. Now Rodallega. Rodallega might have sprung the trap here.
Bonner has got to be very careful. You can't dive in like that with Callum Wilson. He's a big, solid centre-forward, but he's fleet of foot as well. And what you want as a centre-forward is a centre-half diving in like that. You flick the ball past him, and you're running at the heart of that Fulham defence.
Looking for a league double over Fulham. Who's on the charge here for Fulham? Got a nick.
That's a great ball around the corner from Rodallega. Someone has talked about a high-tempo game, exactly what Fulham are doing here. He's got no one in the penalty area, Ruiz. He just runs out of options. He doesn't want to shoot the angles too tight. Looking for the cross, there's no one in there.
He's happy to take it. Repicked was there, Parker coming in on it. And Ruiz will get another chance here. Repicked hoping to make an impact.
Two really good balls in from Ryan Ruiz. He is the playmaker for this Fulham side. Just the Morbietta here, just has to glance this ball on. He's beyond the near post, he's probably not going to score from here. Just maybe help it on, and you've got Ross McCormack coming in at the far post. He would have been better served just flicking this ball on rather than trying to score from there.
Looking for. Simon's satisfied with what he's seen in performance terms in the last couple of weeks, and probably by and large so far tonight. Causing a threat, and here's McCormack. Safe hands from Bollocks.
This is why Ross McCormack is so dangerous. He drifts into a variety of positions. He's quite happy to take any defender on, be it full-back, centre-half. He gets half a yard. Gets his shot away, and the Bournemouth keeper Boris does really well to hold on to this. If he spills it, there could be a tap in for Rodallega.
Parker. McCormack. Parker again. Francis with the challenge. Go Bournemouth's way. Effervescent influence, Matt Ritchie. Wilson chasing. Poorly done by Hutchinson, who thought maybe the flag should have come there. Cut out by Brian Ruiz. Very much on his own terms, he will get the free kick. But Simon's been quite complimentary about his contribution defensively recently, which is not something he's especially noted for.
But regardless of who you are, what team you play for in the Championship, you have to do a lot of defensive work. But for Brian Ruiz, of course, he's having to drop deep here to get involved in the game. But ideally, you want him involved further up the field in the final third. That's when he can really have an effect on the game.
Harry Arter, close quarters with the in-laws there. Scott Parker. Says once you get out there, though, it's just like any other game. Here's Wilson. Now Pugh for Bournemouth. Sermon's made a charge into the box. Could Hogan slip be costly here? He's beaten Tunnicliffe as well. They scramble it away. Sermon, Ritchie, Arter. Brian Ruiz maybe did enough. Wilson's in there. Astonishing scramble. And it's not over yet. Pugh towards the back post. What an incredible passage of play. And Fulham survive it.
Some amazing defending here from Morbietta initially. Mark Pugh does outstandingly well. And there's Morbietta clearing his lines, and then eventually it's Ryan Tunnicliffe who manages to get Blackett and clear another one off the line. There he is. That is brilliant appreciation of where the problem is. What a clearance that is.
First 15 minutes, and Ryan Tunnicliffe with a pretty crucial intervention there at the feet of Brett Pittman. Holding penalised. Fulham men in a hurry. That's kind of been the tone so far tonight. No gentle sparring. Offside against Wilson.
It has been high tempo. I'm sure that would have been the message from both managers. When you're in possession, try and move that ball quickly. When you haven't got it, you've got to close the opposition down. Bournemouth have done that well all season. Fulham haven't. It seems like they're learning their lessons. They're growing into this Championship season.
The feeling in the Bournemouth camp was that Fulham were a little overwhelmed by the intense nature of the Cherries start in the game against them on Boxing Day, but both have stepped up to the plate in that respect so far. Is again the aerial target. Cook is the winner. Here's Parker. Sermon popping up in his usual efficient style in front of that back line. Lovely left foot as well. Talented player. That's a foul on Wilson by Bodorov. Andy Madley wants the free kick taken from vaguely near where the incident took place.
Championship centre forward, you're going to take a few knocks on up against Hutchison and Bodorov. I think Callum Wilson will know he's been in the game tonight.
Certainly a few battle scars already. On the subject of his goal, Jack said, well, I had an assist and won a penalty in the midweek game against Wolves, so, you know, I'm still affecting games in a good manner. He's getting there. This is Arter. Ruiz. Found a way out, that's Kavanagh. After giving it away. Rodriguez getting it back. Parker now. He was the driving force here against Derby. Morabieta on towards Kavanagh. Trenick will have an important role to play. Both have and can play as full-backs, but maybe deploy that kind of instinct on occasions.
Eddie Howe will be delighted. The way his side have dominated the ball away from home. After what, 17, 18 minutes of the game, you'd be pleased with that, and the side are starting to create chances, and that's the worrying thing for Fulham. This Bournemouth side plays a lot of width, very inventive as well, and it will create opportunities. Fulham have to try and redress that, try and just hold on to the ball a bit better.
That's the matter in hand here. As Simons was saying to me before the game about the match on Boxing Day, Bournemouth are very, very good at what they do, and when they do it well, it can be pretty difficult to stop them. McCormack, Morabieta, now Brian Ruiz. Morabieta to cross, Rodriguez in there, so too was Cook. Now Pugh, helped away by Pittman. Back in there by Hutchinson. Cormac made a useful run from the flank there. Brian Ruiz. High run here for McCormack, the flag goes up though. Well, Boris was alive to the situation anyway, but an offside flag up against Ross McCormack.
To Ross McCormack, was he offside when this ball came his way? He's just slightly lazy getting back, doesn't actually get himself onside at any stage there. That's why when the ball is played forward towards him, he's clearly off.
Hutchinson. Done by Sermon. Cook, now for Elphick. Parker making his presence felt, but a foul on Sermon. Admitted this season at times he's hated it in the Championship. Enjoyed it most of the time, I have to say, but in some difficult days, younger players around who naturally don't always have the same consistency of performance. Bounce beyond Bodorov, and this is Wilson. It opens up. The throw to Bettinelli. He's got a hunger though to find his touch again.
The angle slightly against him, but once again Bodorov is going to try and head a ball he's never going to get to. He just sells himself completely. And there he is, he's just out of the picture, and you can't allow a centre forward like Callum Wilson to be running at you and getting his shots in like that. Eventually you'll be punished.
Sermon. Rob in charge here for Fulham. It's a foul by Rodallega. Interesting what his future holds. Contract up at the end of the season. It's surprising that some of the names you have stayed around after relegation. Ruiz in that category as well. Here's Richie. Pittman troubling the patrons of the Hammersmith end.
I think Matt Ritchie's actually saying that ball was intended for Mark Pugh, who's behind Pittman, but just watch Morbietta here. You've got to stay with Matt Ritchie. You can't watch the ball, you've got to stay with the runner. You can't allow Ritchie to get into this type of area. You really see the pace on the ball, it's intended for Mark Pugh, and Pittman takes it on. He's never going to score, there's too much pace on the ball.
Rodallega, now McCormack. Rodallega again trying to snake it through a crowd of bodies to release Kavanagh. Now Brian Ruiz. Rodallega's got that. Steve Cook with a block, now Hoagland. McCormack trying to find his bearings, and he hits a good effect, and now he'll get it back.
This is not easy for Ross McCormack again. One of those players, he's always on the half turn, he's always kind of facing towards the goal when the ball breaks to him. Gives him the opportunity. You see there, he's not got his back to goal. He's already on the turn, so his first touch means he's then facing the goal. That's why he can get these shots in, but he needs to do better, should be hitting the target from there.
Hutchinson, now Arter. Ruiz, this is Tunnicliffe. Morbietta. Very nicely done. Kavanagh. And it's well into a double there. Now McCormack. Morbietta. It's excellent play. Ruiz perhaps not alive to it. Hoagland's cross. Parker looking to make that his. Hutchinson. And Hoagland catch up with this. He has delivered a dangerous looking cross. Excellent work from the fullback.
Excellent work from both the Fulham fullbacks. Morbietta originally the ball in from the left hand side. Hoagland here is completely running out of pitch as well to wrap his foot around. It's a wonderful ball in. With disarray at the back for Bournemouth.
This time last year he was scoring in the Bernabeu in the Champions League for Schalke, Tim Hoagland. For new hostilities this week.
Come on, lads!
Hutchinson going near post.
Get off!
Hoagland.
McCormack.
Rob losing out. And now it's Pugh. Early ball up to Wilson. Getting back in there.
Talked about Kavanagh having defensive instincts. He did really well there because it was a clever turn from Callum Wilson. He'd nutmegged him. And Wilson was away, and Kavanagh did well just to block the path that Wilson was looking to take.
Giving his views to Alan Young, the assistant on this side as we look. Over the kick. Yes, just creeping forward there. Rodallega up well. Push in the back from the Colombian.
I talked maybe 10 minutes ago about how well Bournemouth are doing in terms of the possession that they'd had at Fulham. And they've got a grip of the game, got a foothold in the game, much more possession for them. And they're starting to look a lot more threatening.
Richie. This Bournemouth machine is a well-oiled one. Pugh with nowhere to go. Wilson wanted it, but he'd just gone offside. Francis. There's always an option. Has he overcooked that? Few might get there. Just gripped out of play for a Bournemouth corner.
It's a fantastic passage of play from Bournemouth under a lot of pressure. In 1- and 2-touch football, high tempo. Is a feature of their game. They get into wide areas time and time again, and when they get there, they do deliver. It really is a corner.
So, fitness test for Fulham. Hold back in the challenge there. Sermon. Francis is calling for it. Found himself up there in that position. Centre back. That's his back where he usually is. Consistency of selection this season, Bournemouth. The two centre-backs epitomise that more than anybody. This is Wilson. Johnson feeling for that for some reason. Here's Sermon. They'll get it away as far as McCormack. That's Hogarth, who's made a good impression on his return. Remember, he's been a long time out of the starting lineup. Bodorov climbing, but not winning. That's a foul by Brian Ruiz to his disbelief. Ball for Daniels. Wilson wants it in there. It'll fall for Pittman! He's done the damage again against Fulham. The goal on Boxing Day, and he struck the opener here at Craven Cottage as well. And could that set Bournemouth on the road back to the Championship summit?
Well, he's got the cleanest strike you're ever going to see, but where does the goal come from? From full-backs getting forward, overlapping full-backs, getting into the danger zone, and then delivering. It's a great run off the ball here from Charlie Daniels, but when he gets into this position, he doesn't think twice, doesn't even take a touch, just puts it into the box. I'm not sure about Bettinelli. Does he go slightly too early? Tries to read what Pittman's going to do here and falls away to his left. It's not the cleanest strike from Pittman. It's not in the corner by any means, but Bournemouth don't care.
Well, he found himself completely and utterly free inside the Fulham penalty area and took advantage.
Two Fulham centre-halves, Hutchinson and Bodorov. As soon as the ball breaks into that wide area with Daniels, they have to not worry about the ball, worry about who it could reach, and they have to get closer to Pittman than that.
It's the Bournemouth fans summing up beautifully. As it stands, they are top of the league again. But no one's particularly secure in that top spot. Made the point last year that it was pretty clearly defined, but a brave man predicted it. They're enjoying their away days this season.
If you look at how they've done against the strugglers in the Championship, they put 8 past Birmingham away from home, 6 at Blackpool, 4 at Huddersfield. So they are a side very comfortable away from their home ground.
Hutchinson, cut out by Pittman, and Wilson's onto that. That's a foul.
Not sure how much contact there was here. Wilson, again, it's suicidal defending from Fulham, giving the ball away. They haven't got numbers back there. So a lot of contact. Well, they're coming together. I'm not sure that's a clear foul. chip this ball into the penalty area, surely they're going to shoot.
What is Brian doing? That was the question. Well, he's hoping all angles are covered. Doesn't look the most convincing wall. It's Arter. Behind in the end by Tunnicliffe. Going to go up there. Oh, in at the near post. Header from Francis. Ryan Ruiz winning that. Rodallega looking to hook it on towards McCormack, but won by Daniels. And here's Harry Arter for Bournemouth. Daniels. Out by Parker. Is having a bit of a dry time in front of goal. Those around him are certainly contributing. Kermagant with 2 on Tuesday night. Another less than emphatic penalty, it must be said. Morabieta slipped away from Francis there. He took the ball out. Quite impressive. Starting an attacking sense from the 2 returning fullbacks. Parker. All the way back it will go to Bettinelli.
If he's got Parker to go, he wants to play forward, but he's under so much pressure. He's all the way back to his keeper.
He's looking to put himself about. Right on his way. Side. Some sort of confusion, clearly, on the Fulham manager's face.
I think Kit Simons is entirely convinced by that argument. He's still going at it, though. He's going to get there eventually.
Doesn't look like a convinced man, does he? In any way, shape or form. Meanwhile, a football match is going on.
What he needs to do, what he needs his team to do is just stand firm here for 5 minutes. Because actually the goal from Bournemouth came off a spell of possession from Fulham. They were forcing Bournemouth back, but this is the quality that Bournemouth have. Even though they've not a lot of the ball, suddenly they burst to life, get the opening goal. Now Fulham just need to take stock of where they are and build into the game again.
Rodallega. Pittman came off the foot of Ruiz. Come forward by Morabieta. Rodallega might get there. Here's Andrew Sermon. Oh, for Richie. Goes Francis tanking on ahead of him. Rodallega sniffing around. Daniels. Hugh turning easily away from Brian Ruiz. Now finding Arter. This is Richie. Why not have a go? Got a deflection, and that's 2-0. Matt Ritchie up to his old tricks again for Bournemouth. But the nick off the defender may have been decisive.
Well, Well, Charlie Daniels had a major role in the opening goal. This time it's Simon Francis running off the ball. It's a brilliant run from the overlapping fullback. He just takes a couple of Fulham defenders away, and it opens some space up for Matt Ritchie. Just watch the right back here. As Ritchie takes possession, he's on his way. He just drags a couple of white shirts away. It opens space up for Ritchie. Yes, he gets some good fortune with the deflection. But when you're proactive, when you make things happen, as Francis and Ritchie do here, you get your rewards.
Bodorov, who it comes off. I suppose there is some debate over whether the initial shot is on target. We'll see. Yeah. Matt Ritchie's goal. Bournemouth's match, maybe. Well, it's 10 for the season for Matt Ritchie. Back to his prodigious creative contribution. And you've got quite a heady mix.
There's just a lack of communication at the back there between those Fulham defenders. When Ritchie takes possession, they have to talk to each other. One has to stay with the runner, but one has to get close to the ball. Two of you drift away with Francis. You're leaving Ritchie in acres of space, and as you've just clearly seen, he is devastating when you give him opportunities like that.
Cliff trying to find a way back for Fulham. Came off Cook.
It's a really good block from Steve Cook. He does well actually to keep his arms out of the way. He seems to block it with his chest. Easily handballed this. To keep his body in the way and keep his arms down.
Francis that was on the end of it. Now it's Hoagland. Pittman's header. Trying to get up there to save the corner, but couldn't.
It was an easy strike for Hoagland to take on. The ball sat up, and I thought surely he's just going to loft it back into the penalty area. He did well to time his volley really sweetly, and Pittman, centre forward, doing a really sterling defensive job.
Towards Tony Cliff, that is an absolute waste. Cameron. Some frustration. For him though, as planned, as dreamed maybe, this first 45. He says he likes the Friday night games when you win them, and they're well on the way to doing that. I say that Kit Simons has not always enjoyed them this season. That flag will be flying at the top of the championship if it stays this way, at least until 5 o'clock tomorrow. Some big games tomorrow. The team that started this championship weekend, top of the table, Middlesbrough travel to Nottingham Forest. Ipswich, Brentford also among the highlights. Derby at home to Birmingham. Norwich across the capital at Millwall, which has implications at both ends of the table, it shouldn't be forgotten.
I do think this race for promotion, whether it be in the top two or through the playoffs, is going to go right to the wire. We're probably looking at the last couple of games. It is that tight.
Another pretty mouth-watering one as well. Displaced from Andrew Sermon.
The one thing you have to admire about Bournemouth, they're 2-0 up, we're closing in on half-time here, but every time they can get forward, Daniels and Francis are powering over the halfway line. That's just the Bournemouth way. They're not going to sit back and try and see the job through to half-time. They're going to push on and try and get a third.
Ruiz over the top. Trying the Hollywood ball.
It's been a feature really for Fulham in this first half. They're looking to play those balls over the top for the pace of Rodallega, but he's up against two really solid, experienced centre-halves in Cook and Elphick, and it's not easy for him. He's got a sniff of goal.
Partnership Cook and Elphick. outstanding at their previous club, Brighton. It's now paying dividends for Bournemouth. Brian Ruiz in a tight spot, get a free kick. Parker. Not to use Morabieta. This is Hoagland. Looking to Tunnicliffe. Charlie Daniels out quickly.
The crowd aren't happy there with Scott Parker. He's turning virtually a full 360 degrees, but he's got nowhere to go. There's no one showing for him. It's all down to the fact that Bournemouth are defending in numbers, very well organised, and every time a pass is made, they're closing down, and very hard to play when a side works as hard as Bournemouth do.
Reach Cabinet. Rodiega's pulled out to the flank. Hoagland. Brian Ruiz. Really telegraphed and easily picked off there by Ritchie, who returns the compliment. Cabinet wants it. Is that a bobble I saw before me? Just a bit. Charlie Daniels. Up now to Callum Wilson. Fulham perspective is that it turns into a bit of a Friday night stroll down by the river for Bournemouth. Not rediscovered yet the belief and momentum with which they began the game. Yet having trouble keeping his feet there. Sermon. Tunnicliffe finding Hoagland. Good work here by Hoagland until the final delivery.
It's not easy when you're moving at pace like that. You need to wrap your foot around the boards under a lot of pressure from Charlie Daniels as well. Hoagland has continued to try and press on down this right-hand side, but you need real quality when you're in that type of area, and just probably true of Fulham throughout this first half, haven't provided that real quality they need to really test Boruc.
Well, they beat Derby in excellent fashion. They acquitted themselves very well against Watford without getting anything. Maybe the manner of tonight's performance tells us something about Bournemouth's quality. Although instead it's come at the end of an intense run of games. Into one added minute at the end of this first half. It's a foul by Morabieta on Francis. Well, for a moment, there might have been a card involved, but the referee just moving over there with some urgency to signal the free kick, Andy Madley.
I think the word is just enough. It was late for Morabieta. He was just clumsy, but he knew that Francis was getting away from him and wasn't allowed to get any further.
Offside. Stop them getting away with the quick free kick there, Fulham.
Just looking at the Fulham bench, if Kit Simons is going to change something, go maybe a bit more direct, he can bring on big Matt Smith. He's in excellent form, that loan spell at Bristol City, so he scored plenty of goals. Will he come on in the second half?
So maybe provide more of an aerial test than Rodallega is for all his qualities. Well, another excellent away day so far for Bournemouth, and Brett Pitman justifying his selection ahead of Jan Kermagant in the starting lineup, striking with the first goal, finding himself completely free inside the Fulham penalty area. And then Matt Ritchie going into double figures for the season with a strike deflected in off Nikolai Bodorov. They scored at a good time just when Fulham were possibly in the ascendancy and extended their lead, and heading, as it stands, back to the top of the Championship. It's Fulham 0, Bournemouth 2 at half-time.
And on the road in recent games, they have been having a bit of a wobble, Eddie Howe's side, losing 3 of their last 4. They look back to somewhere near their away day best here today. We'll hear from Peter Beagrie when we come back. But 2 goals in the space of just under 8 minutes from Pittman. Like it in on Boxing Day against Fulham, and also Richie as well, mean that Howe's side at the moment are returning to the Championship summit.
Yes, thank you, Simon. You're looking at plan B. Matt Smith replacing Hugo Rodallega at the start of this second half. Couldn't stay at Bristol City any longer because of regulations, but he was banging in the goals in an almost frenzied fashion down in the West Country. It does give them an obvious focal point.
Well, the way that Fulham played in the first half, they were trying to get it into the feet of Ruiz and McCormack, but at times they were knocking it long towards Rodallega. So if you're going to do that, you might as well have a big centre forward out there.
Certainly almost paying dividends immediately there, the introduction of the big fella. Cormac coming short for it. That is Smith. Morabieta. Away from 2. Brian Ruiz. Space, some wide open space for Hoagland. Parker. To McCormack. He felt he was getting a bit of physical attention from Cook. They've run that back well for them. It's Brian Ruiz. A deflection. A bit more urgency is immediately evident from Fulham.
Yeah, they started well, but the problem is, the temptation is that you always play that ball up towards Matt Smith, and there's going to be times when maybe the ball into the feet of Ruiz or McCormack will be the better option, so don't just lump it up there because Smith is out there.
Pugh, pressure that by Hoagland. Smith. Brian Ruiz. Kavanagh. Hoagland again. Cormac. Hoagland's ball in. Brian Ruiz loitering, but only loitering. January move for Brian Ruiz to Levante in Spain. All the paperwork apparently in order, but FIFA decided not to sign off on it. So international clearance not granted. Well, Francis, it came off Wilson's heel. Fell kindly for Ryan Tunnicliffe.
He really is some athlete, Simon Francis. He looks more like a centre-half. You see him getting back here, he covers the ground so effortlessly, loves to break forward. His first job is a right back, is to defend, so when he knows he has to get back, he sprints back, he doesn't just jog back.
In the promotion race, whatever, Derby were reportedly interested in acquiring his services in the summer. Staying on the south coast. Cherries certainly grateful that he did. This is Pugh. Turning and getting away from Hoagland. It's terrific play by Pugh. And it's Arter, it's Richie, it's Morabieta. Looking now for Smith, who might get on the end of it. Needs a cavalry to come. He's not much in the way of help, although Tunnicliffe has arrived. Kavanagh. It's on the left foot, McCormack trying to get away from Francis. Well, he felt it got a touch of the Bournemouth body, clearly.
It's always difficult for Ross McCormack to get through Simon Francis. Talks about the athleticism of the right back. It's his sheer size here. He's so tall, McCormack. He actually gets to the ball first. He's claiming a corner. I'm not sure there's actually a touch off the Bournemouth defender. Very hard for the referee to get that one right. Francis very nearly caught out.
Brush Francis's head, but not before the final McCormack contact. Kavanagh, Parker. McCormack in the tightest of spaces. Roberts happy to watch that one go over the top. See the intention there from Ross McCormack.
He's a busy little player, little give and go. That's what he's all about. He's so lively in and around the penalty area. And it's difficult because he's force-wise here, just trying to really wrap his foot around the ball and just keep it alive, keep it in the 6-yard box. And he can't quite do it, but it's been a really good response from Fulham, a good start to this second half.
This team have come from 2-0 down before this season to earn a point, to get that against Blackpool. Go back to November for that. Needing to get the requisite distance, which he's not doing in a hurry. Smith, he won the first ball. Here's Pugh. Hoagland can't keep that in.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Steve Cook and Tommy Elphick actually handle Matt Smith. Such a giant of a centre forward that they both can't get drawn towards him. One has to get tight to him. Invariably he's going to win the head, and then it's the other centre half who has to really cover round and deal with those flick-ons.
He's now played at the top level for Birmingham City, Matt Smith. He worked as a doctor at the same time in the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in our second city. Half French, half Scottish. Here's McCormack. Disbelieving, but it will be a Bournemouth free kick.
Seems as though the defender took a whack on the back of the head here. Was it a clear foul though? Good pressure from Tony Cliff. As that arm comes up, catches him on the side of the head, and that's why the referee has blown up.
Recalled from his loan spell at Blackburn. I know that there are a few players that Kit Simons would have liked to have got his hands on a little earlier in the season, but decisions made before he could make those decisions. Great turn by Wilson! And still he's denied. Ritchie! And the strike from Arter into the Puppy end.
Oh, good Marcus Bettinelli, huge credit here. Centre forward is bearing down on you like this. Could be very easy to go to ground, and Callum Wilson could have dinked it over him. He stays on his feet, the keeper. Just gets a touch on the ball, just puts off Callum Wilson. Eventually they just get enough bodies back to make life very hard for the final strike. But this is what Callum Wilson is all about, his strength and power, his pace. It's in behind that Fulham defence. Fulham just about survive.
It's when rather than if, isn't it? And he gets back into his old familiar habit. Report earlier this season that Chelsea were having a good look at him.
Really, though, in the first half, Fulham had a decent bit of possession for maybe 10 minutes or so, then Bournemouth scored, Fulham has started the second half really well, dominated the game, forced Bournemouth back, and then just one opportunity like that and the game could have been over.
Scoring at good times, aren't they? Which is, if there's such a thing as a bad time, then you know what I mean, when teams are maybe a little bit under the cosh. He's given the throw to Fulham. Brian Ruiz. Now Hoagland for Fulham. Hutchinson's ball. Smith the target. Ross McCormack hoping to get on the end of it. Looked away by Daniels. Now Pugh. Oh. Cheaply given away. It's Brian Ruiz who could punish them.
The idea is certainly right, but it's a long, long way out. There's no real pace on his shy. They're just trying to guide it into the corner. And Boris Ashley has this covered as well. He reads what Ruiz is looking to do, and in the end, it's way off target.
Failure to finish is one key difference efforts between the two sides. Just the one effort on target from Fulham. Pugh. Oh, he's got him on toast. Away by Hutchinson. Here's Francis. Ritchie. Arter. Mark Pugh on his day is a real entertainer, and he's having one of those days tonight. Tim Logan learning all about it. And he's able to hold Daniels there. Brian Ruiz. Looking for McCormack. Is he able to get there ahead of Francis? Just about. Hence the free kick.
It's a really good first touch actually from Ross McCormack. Ball for Ruiz makes it difficult for him. He just gets beyond the right back who dives in. Completely misses the ball. The referee right to give the free kick.
Well, the first 10 minutes of this second half definitely Fulham's, but is there going to be anything tangible for their efforts? Cook rising ahead of Smith. There'll be a whole heap of clubs willing Fulham on here. Extraordinary promotion race in this division for years. Smith's flick, McCormack, Brian Ruiz. Ritchie away, looking for the ever-willing running of Wilson. Well, that's a foul on Bodorov. The assistant flagging straight away, a foul.
I'm just wondering, is Bodorov losing his footing here? Because Callum Wilson is, well, he's beating him in a straight foot race. He's in behind the centre-half. Does he push him? Not sure why Wilson would want to push him. You can see he's actually stumbling, he's losing his footing. That isn't a foul. And Wilson should have been allowed to go on. The centre-half is never going to get to this. He's struggling for pace. Simple as that. That is not a foul.
Tunnicliffe. Tunnicliffe again. Pulls it back, Kavanagh. Ritchie is there. Pugh finding a way out. Daniels under pressure from Brian Ruiz. Smith rises and rises well.
Back into the game from Fulham. They have to pump those long forward balls. Smith is invariably going to win them, but it's about those covering Bournemouth defenders appreciating where he's going to flick the ball onto. And so far they've dealt with him fairly well.
Wilson. Through it there by Bodorov, and then by Repicked. Ritchie. Came off Kavanagh. Ritchie. On now for Francis. It's those two dovetailing again, and Repicked behind, right in front of the Bournemouth fans.
Ritchie has such quick feet, so aware of what's going on around him, just nutmegs the defender there, and plays Francis in. No surprise that Francis is pushing on once again down the right-hand side.
Great encouragement. It's beyond a dream for the Bournemouth fans. Delivery met by Repicked. Pugh, Sermon is in behind here. Wilson wants it. Bodorov behind. Still Wilson giving Sermon a piece of his mind because he felt the pullback was on.
And apologies from Ryan Tunnicliffe, who just doesn't stay with his runner here. Just a little 1-2 in behind Tunnicliffe, and he doesn't appreciate the Bournemouth players into the penalty area. You've got to do better defensively than that. You can't stand and watch.
Sherman. Hugh. Sherman. Into Charlie Daniels. This is promising. Ryan Ruiz trying to shut him down. Now Arthur wants it. Here's Daniels. Dangerous ball. Amora Bieta in the way. Parker didn't get hold of it. It's Sherman. Amora Bieta's blocked this time. It's grateful that the shot fell to Sherman on his weaker side. Ritchie.
Well, even for him, that is ambitious, but Fulham holding on by their fingernails here. When they dominate possession, Bournemouth, chances continue to be created. Scott Parker's maybe got to stay on his feet and try and get to that ball firstly. Can't get to it, you've got to make it difficult for the Bournemouth player to get his shot in. And Matt Ritchie, in this type of area, he is capable of finding the top corner. He's way off target on this occasion.
Come off Cook's head there, that's McCormack. Morabieta. She doggedly defending. Kavanagh, run out by Elphick, here's Pittman. Through the middle, Pittman driving through! Brilliant goal! They're heading back to the summit in some style. Well, this is absolutely brilliant, but the goal comes from Matt Ritchie closing down Morabieta, winning the ball back high up the field, and then suddenly Bournemouth are swarming forward, but defensively, Fulham are just all over the place at the back. There's acres of space for Pittman to run into, but he's got to carry this ball an awful long way. Here's Ritchie winning the ball back, putting Fulham under pressure, and just give it away cheaply. When Pittman picks the ball up, he's got half the field to run into here, no pressure really on him, and it just completely opens up at the back. Defenders turning their back on him. Still, that is as composed finish as you're going to see this season. Brilliant stuff. Well, it is turning into a stroll by the Thames for the Cherries. Who are thinking sooner or later someone's going to pinch him, they're going to wake up and think it's all a dream.
I think what we saw with that goal though is why Bournemouth are going to go back to the top of the Championship table. They work hard when they haven't got the ball, and when they get it, they're proactive. They go at teams, they don't just sit and wait for things to happen. And that's why they're going to be deservedly top from the end of the game.
Well, Fulham have got a handy margin above the drop zone at the moment. Those last three words are the key. Johnny Cliff, McCormack, great block. It was Francis. Take charge there. There's Francis again. Quickly from defence to attack. Wilson didn't get any change out of Hutchinson, and he's fouled him, wittingly or otherwise.
It is a foul, but you talk about the desire to get forward and score goals. You see the desire from Simon Francis here to keep a clean sheet. They're 3-0 up. He might just have allowed McCormack to shoot here. He doesn't. He throws himself in the way of the shot. And that's about a pride, having a real pride in defending. So going forward, Bournemouth excellent. Look at Francis there. He wants to make sure his team don't concede. Brilliant.
Sherman, knock to the head. Oakland. Being forged. A season that has been beyond their dreams, never mind their expectations. And while there has been some creeping doubt in some quarters in recent weeks after a 5-game run without a victory, well, haven't they, in the last few days, come up with an emphatic answer to them?
They got those 5 games without a win. What they didn't do was panic. Eddie Howe knew that the style that had got them into a strong position is very possibly going to take them all the way to promotion. So why would you try and change things? Just stick to your guns, keep the faith. They did that. Things have turned around very quickly for them.
Use a bit of the jargon. The processes have been right in those 5 games, but the outcomes have not. So we got the right result against Wolves, and on their way, well on their way to the right result here.
Fair to say, though, Fulham haven't really helped themselves. Some of the defending tonight has been absolutely appalling. You can't afford to do that against a side as good as Bournemouth.
Wilson not going to get his way. Well, I think from his point of view, the thing that would complete the night would be a goal for himself. Parker nipping in. His fierce professional pride, Scott Parker. This will hurt deeply. Sorted out plenty of tickets for the extended family tonight, and maybe had to question the loyalties of 1 or 2 ahead of the game. They all would, don't they? This is McCormack, and here's a chance for Smith, which he takes superbly, and there is a glimmer of hope for Fulham. Plan B has worked at least to some extent, the substitute on target.
He's not necessarily the most mobile, Matt Smith, but he's moving off the ball here. He's excellent, good understanding with Ross McCormack. Played together, of course, at Leeds. He's clearly onside. Doesn't even look at the goal here, just puts his foot through the ball, goes with pure power. He goes to ground slightly too early for me. Should be standing up, trying to read the shot. He goes to ground. It makes it very easy for the centre forward, but a possible, I say impossible lifeline for Fulham.
He's not been short of goals this season, Matt Smith, but it is his first in a Fulham shirt. How meaningful it proves to be remains to be seen. But at least it's given them something to cling to here.
Ross McCormack can be. Mentioned in the first half, it's not all about his goals. He is a creative player, has vision. He got on the ball there, played a really intelligent, really cleverly weighted pass for his strike partner.
Give Fulham a little bit of spring in their step. They certainly need it. So it has dented Bournemouth's confidence. Ritchie. Francis. Francis. Second for Farner, looking at full midfield, a little more attacking accent in conversation with Mark Pembridge there. Put forward by Sermon. Really enjoyed himself tonight. Has found Wilson. But here's Pugh. Shout for handball more from the fans than anything else. Pugh. Done well there, Pittman.
Just one that Bettinelli had to watch all the way into his gloves. There's no real pace on the shot, just the bounce of the ball could easily have caught the keeper out. Not an easy skill this. Ball's up around your hip, trying to keep it on target with power. There's a possible handball in there to just ricochet up and hit a defender. It's not handball, he's moving his hand towards the ball in any way, just strikes him.
One of the Fulham centre-backs, Potter, maybe having an identity crisis at half-time, because he's also got a pair of shorts on that's got number 4 on it instead of on his back. Wilson is after this, and he's after one thing in particular, but Amora Dieta has fouled him. Andy Madley giving himself all the thinking time in the world, and it is a red card for the Venezuelan international. And and it is not a happy return by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, if it is a foul, I don't think the referee has any choice but to send off. Mobieta here. Just again, the pace of Callum Wilson, the desire to get to this ball first is amazing. He does get a touch on the ball, it is a foul, his heels are clipped. Will he be in on goal? Is it a clear goal scoring opportunity? Well, to me it was, because he actually straightens the ball up, he is going in on goal. I can see why the referee has sent him off, but look at his pace here to get to the ball. It's clumsy from Mobieta. It is a foul, and I can see why he's had to walk off.
Well, it's turning into worst night potentially. Just when they've given themselves a bit of hope, fortune turns and Mobieta heading to the cottage. Well, this is the problem for Fulham. The two fullbacks had pushed on, chasing the game, so the two centre-halves were left isolated. So when that ball was played for Wilson, Mobieta's having to run, 40, 50 yards back to try and make the tackle because he's been caught upfield. He's caught out. Major opportunity here for Bournemouth to kill the game off. It's teed up for Ritchie! It's quite a night down by the Thames for Bournemouth. But Ritchie on target yet again. And it's turning into an awful evening for Fulham. They're enjoying it.
Peter talked about it at half-time, the quick thinking of this Bournemouth side. They just take this free kick quickly. There's no reaction from those Fulham defenders, really. You've got to react quicker than that. When that ball is moved, it's moved, well, comparatively a long way. You've got to get out of the wall. Someone has got to close that down. It's a token gesture, really, from Matt Smith, but that's just simply not good enough. Again, defensively, Fulham are balling, but give Matt Ritchie credit. Does the right thing, keeps it on target. Bettinelli got no chance.
Needed some running repairs. Fulham centre-back, he was off the field. Smith with an effort that was never likely to trouble Bonas. They're planning a double change now, Fulham. This one stays the same. Fofana on for Kavanagh. Konstantinos Stapalidis is going to come on as well. All hope surely lost.
Coming off is number 10, Brian Ruiz.
Brian Ruiz trudges off.
And coming on is number 3,
I understand why Stapalidis is coming on at a genuine left back. It's damage limitation now for Fulham. 4-1 down, a man down as well. They've just got to try and keep Bournemouth out until the final whistle here. They don't want this to get embarrassing.
Ball. Someone wants to claim the match ball. We've now got Ritchie and Tickman in prime position to do just that. McCormack through for Smith. Another chance for him. Get himself on a hat-trick there, but Warwick's able to deny him.
I'm not sure why he takes an extra touch here, Matt Smith, as he did with the goal. He just needs to put his foot through this ball. Take your first time there, he just lets the ball drift across his body. When he does that, the angle tightens up. Makes it slightly easy for the goalkeeper. Still a good save. Had the opportunity to take the shot on early and should have taken it.
Charlie Daniels. Touch. Aside from the Bournemouth supporters, there's almost an eerie silence in the other parts of the ground. Francis, Ritchie. Francis. Pittman's in there.
Well, it must be fantastic for centre-forwards, whether it be Pittman or Wilson, that when the full-backs get forward, they don't overcomplicate their game. Whether it be Francis down the right, Daniels down the left. When they get into that wide area, they deliver, so then strikers can make their runs and they know the quality is going to be decent.
The bubble's burst, has it? Quite a response in the last week.
Looking at it from the Fulham perspective, this season has been a bit of an eye-opener for them. This game in particular just shows them how far and how much they need to improve to really challenge next season. Bournemouth have been brilliant with the ball, worked very hard off the ball as well. Fulham are to well, a top 6 challenge next season. A lot has to change in the summer.
Certainly doesn't help if you start the season 7 weeks late, as they effectively did this year.
Took them 9 games to actually win a game in the Championship. They should have known. The early knockings of the season, it was not going to be straightforward. They weren't going to football their way out of the Championship.
Arter. Have his say. And the views more for effect than anything else. Wilson is not going to get his goal tonight because Aranti is going to come on and replace him. South African.
He's not scored, Callum Wilson. I think Eddie Howe, those Bournemouth fans will be very pleased with his contribution. Very difficult to play as a lone striker with Pittman nearly dropping off you at times, but he's strong. He's held possession up really well, brings midfielders into the game. He's had a good night even though he's not scored.
Settled in the Championship. Expectation. He has had to settle for a role as bit part player rather than as one of the stars of the show. Play by Cook. Hutchinson towards Smith. Beaten to it by Francis. Ritchie coming under pressure from Fofana. Certainly full of determination. Known from Manchester City. That Simons saw a lot of in the under-21 ranks last season. Very impressive he was. So he got to the playoff semi-finals. Here's Arter. Smith, header. Simon Francis. Ritchie. He's been managing his squad very well. Just the odd change for reasons of trying to get his team at peak condition. It's been a very busy period of games. They've now got a bit of breathing space between them and their next battle. Seaside special with Blackpool.
I think the intensity with which Bournemouth play with and without the ball means your players are going to be at times running on empty, and if you can give them a break, it's very important you do so.
Charlie Daniels, Arter. Sermon. In the end, and here's Ross McCormack. Smith's gone offside. Fofana's arriving. McCormack taking it himself. Elphick throwing himself at the ball, even at 4-1 up with just over 10 minutes to go. outside of Adam Smith there, waiting to come on.
Easy for McCormack there because they haven't got the numbers. Breaking forward, there's only Matt Smith ahead of McCormack. If he can't release him with one pass, and he has to keep carrying it, eventually that's why he's shot. He just ran out of ideas and options, really.
McCormack was offside, so he trudged after that one. A night of frustration, and some of this season, although he's got a handy scoring ratio. I have to say, I enjoyed watching Mark Pugh again this evening. He's going to be replaced by Adam Smith.
He's very gifted technically, but he's an intelligent player as well. He mixes his game up when he's up against fullbacks. He'll go down the outside on one occasion, then step inside. He's always making defenders think about what his next move is.
Smith just slotting into a wide midfield role for the moment. Smith, Ranty. Moderov quite won the battle there. Francis. Is certainly full of energy. This is Elphick, Sermon, Francis. Certainly putting the challenges in. Fulham's midfield options a little reduced tonight. That's a big in. Christensen picked up an injury at Watford, tweaked hamstring. Alex Kaciniklic was ruled out injury on the training ground. Their full-back issues. So a few problems about. Smith has done well. Here's Francis. Ranty. Sherman. Daniels. Here's Ritchie. 2 goals for him tonight. Is there more yet in store? Spread by Arter for Smith. On now for Francis. Back for Smith if he can get there. The toying with them now, Stapalidis. Sherman. Still keeps it moving for Bournemouth. Determination in abundance.
It's about game management really now for Bournemouth. They don't need a 5th or 6th goal here. They've got the extra man. They're making the ball do the work. It's incredibly frustrating though for Fulham. They had a difficult night. It's going to be a difficult final 7 or 8 minutes for them.
Manager whose stock could not be higher. Ranty, Arter. Ritchie. His delivery, which came off Hoagland.
I don't think Hoagland's going to be particularly happy as he's just got rid of Mark Pugh. And we see Matt Ritchie switching over to that left-hand side. He's had a torrid evening.
Exactly in a hurry here. Dignified retrieval by the steward on the far side of that ball. To entertain the Bournemouth fans, they've enjoyed most of what they've seen tonight. Hoagland flicking it on and into a danger area. Teed up for Smith. Cook. Driven in! Everything's going their way tonight. Bournemouth are back, right back, after a recent wobble in the promotion good business. A terrific performance here at Craven Cottage tonight, which has certainly set the standards for the rest of the season again.
It's a famous five for Bournemouth, and this for me is intentional. This is not a slice cross. He seems to adjust his body and he strikes this ball with the outside of his boot, clearly intending just to guide this into the top corner. To think about doing it is one thing, to actually get it right, the execution is so difficult. Watch this, how he strikes it, see how he just whips across the ball. That is an absolutely stunning strike from a centre-half. A centre-forward doing that is one thing, but a centre-half belting it into the top corner like this is just truly outstanding.
As they say.
Bournemouth substitution coming off is number 30, Matt
It is
Ritchie.
the fifth time this season Fulham have conceded 5 goals, twice to Derby, the League and Cup, and at Forest, and here against Watford.
I picked out Matt Ritchie before the game, the influence he can have on matches, his creativity, his goal scoring. He hasn't let me down.
I think you knew what you were talking about. Let's not get carried away. There's enough of the season left for you to prove me wrong. Junior Stanislas is Ritchie's replacement. Cook does have a bit of an eye for the spectacular. He scored an overhead kick against Ipswich last season, which sticks in the mind. To his name prior to tonight. Your centre-back does that. It's your night, isn't it?
Look at the squad that Eddie Howe has to choose from as well. Players like Junior Stanislas coming on. He's not even had to turn to Jan Kermigan tonight, who scored 2 in that midweek win against Wolves. He has a very good squad. Their strength in depth. The starting 11 is very, very good. He does have like 3 or 4 players on the bench that can come on and have an influence as well.
Daniels. Now Stanislas. Daniels, Stanislas. Well, there have been some high points tonight. And that man in particular, Brett Pittman, but we'll leave it there, shall we? Well, there are plenty of contenders for the crown, and we will see 2 more a week on Saturday. A week tomorrow, Middlesbrough against Ipswich from midday, Saturday the 14th of March on Sky Sports 1. Ipswich at home to Brentford tomorrow. Borough go to Forest.
Well, Bournemouth have had a wobble. They certainly laid down the gauntlet tonight. They've been absolutely sensational. An emphatic win. We'll see what the other sides chasing a top 2 finish can do.
Well, Fofana's been putting himself about since he came on. He's going to get a booking here.
Very frustrated. He's a forward-thinking player, energetic, wants to get on the ball and push forward, but he's nowhere near that when the arms come up as well, and I don't know if he has any choice but to book it.
Martin. Now Stanislas. It's not quite Bournemouth's biggest win over Fulham, that 5-0. It's Francis's cross, all the way back for Stanislas. Somehow it's beaten away. Ranti's in there. Well, you sense if they want it, it's there for them.
Well, Fofana gets caught ball watching here. Simon Francis again, the choice of his cross. He doesn't whip this ball in, he actually gets his head up. And he just dinks this ball, he picks out Stanislas, a brilliant cross. And the winger's unlucky, actually does everything right. Manages to keep it down, plenty of power on it, just straight at Bettinelli.
Arter. Francis. Smith. Ranting.
Bournemouth don't really want the final whistle here, they're really enjoying themselves, and rightly so. They've earned the right to knock this ball about, a bit of showboating. They just want to play and play.
They've got 5 minutes more in which to do so, which will be an eternity to those in white shirts. Diminishing number following them in the stands, although the party's begun there. And the naysayers, the doubters who are growing in numbers coming into this week, well, where are they now? He's always continued to think positively. It's brought its results.
One thing about Eddie Howe, he never looks that flustered, such a, of course, a young manager. With an old head on young shoulders, he probably knew that his side were going to come through that difficult patch, sticking to their principles of working hard and playing good football, and that's proven to be true. It's not easy when you're a young manager, you have to have firm belief in what you're doing, and he has.
Arter's strike came off Hutchinson. Does he really want to rub it in? Getting a goal himself. Loose from McCormack, but Ranti putting the pressure on. McCormack comes. He's fouled, referee playing advantage. Here's Fofana. The closing down from Pittman. I mean, 5-1 up in the 92nd minute.
As a manager, that's absolutely what you want. You want your players to have a real appetite for the game. To a man from back to front, Bournemouth, from the very kick-off, really, you could tell they rolled their sleeves up, they were going to do what is necessary. And they're going to go and win the game, and they have, emphatically.
Smith up well. Francis. I do have some happy memories of this ground, Bournemouth. One promotion here 28 years ago now to the second tier under Harry Redknapp, which was the highest point until this season, really. This might even reflect the nature of the performance. Corner, thanks to Stanislas.
This has got to be a fullback's nightmare, really, hasn't it? First Pugh, and Ritchie, now Stanislas. And Hoagland will sleep very well tonight.
Well, you are an expert on the subject, the fullback's nightmare, I have to say. Stanislas, nicely done. Daniels, Ranti. He's in there looking for a piece of the action. He's had a large slice already.
Yeah, they're trying to walk that ball in. I think in Gainesville, maybe it's 0-0. You take a shot on very early there, but they've got the luxury. With a 4-goal cushion, they can try and score the perfect goal.
Francis moving forward with intent. It is Pittman. Might have to settle for the free kick.
See Brett Pittman there, he picked the ball up and he's going to put it down. I'm sure he's the one who's going to take the free kick, because the icing on the cake here would be a third for Pittman.
98% of communication is non-verbal, and his body language is screaming, "This is mine."
Stanislas is saying to him, "Look, I can take this, I can take this." He's not even listening to any of those players. He's saying, "This is mine."
Selective hearing, it can be very useful.
Sorry?
Arter's trying to say something to Pittman here. Well, Stanislas is just going to have that himself. Smith, Ranty, pinball, off Pittman, Stanislas. Sherman. Sense of anti-climax there, I think.
It's very rare that you see that Harry Arter was actually holding back Brett Pittman as he wanted to take that free kick. He was stopping him getting to the ball because he wanted Stanislas to take it.
It's a hard life, isn't it? And that might be the last act of the night to Fulham's relief.
Fair to say this has been a standout performance from Bournemouth, and it's been an exhilarating season.
We'll come back. After 5 games without a victory, there were suggestions the bubble had burst. What an answer they have produced in the last week. Victory over Wolves, and then an emphatic triumph here at Craven Cottage. Brett Pittman opening the scoring and then helping himself to another in the second period. A clear run on goal, but showed great composure. Matt Ritchie also on target twice as well, one deflected and a free kick which went through the disintegrating Fulham wall. Steve Cook, well, you know things are going your way when your centre-back sticks a stunner into the top corner, and he did exactly that. The Matt Smith have briefly raised Fulham hopes, but Eddie Howe's team have shown their mettle once again when the critics were circling. Delight for the travelling band of Bournemouth supporters. They've certainly enjoyed their evening down by the Thames. Well, it's very much back on. It's over to Middlesbrough and all the other contenders tomorrow. Bournemouth have done their job to the summit in absolute style. It's finished here.